my informative speech, The Culture of Taiwan. As the only Chinese democratic society in the world, the success of Taiwanese culture is worthy of the pride of all Chinese. If you want to experience traditional Chinese culture, you should visit Taiwan. If you want to taste healthy and delicious Asian food, you should visit Taiwan. If you want to learn the results of the Chinese democratic political practice, you should visit Taiwan. In order to understand the culture of Taiwan, we need to know more about what language the people of Taiwan speak and their education system. Taiwanese culture is a combination of diverse Asian cultures, but traditional Chinese culture is the foundation of its culture. When Japanese colonized Taiwan, they promote Japanese culture, language, and the script. Taiwanese are forced to speak Japanese. Among older Japanese, there are still some people who can only speak Japanese. After Japan was defeated and abandoned Taiwan, especially after Chiang Kai-shek led millions of troops and their family to immigrate to Taiwan at the end of the China Civil War. Those people quickly changed Taiwan's demographic structure. Soldiers and their families who are from mainland China who only speak Mandarin have become the largest population on the island of Taiwan. Worried about the policies and the rules of the Chinese Communist Party, many Chinese cultural celebrities, businessmen, and intellectuals followed the Kuomintang to land in Taiwan. Not only brought many Chinese cultural relics, which you can see huge number of treasury in Taipei Palace Museum, but also brought the influence of Chinese traditional culture into Taiwan. Some of the universities in Taiwan moved from mainland China when the Kuomintang retreated to Taiwan. It can be seen from the names of some universities in Taiwan, such as Tsinghua University, China Medical University, National Sun Yat-sen University, and so on. The teachers in those universities and many other schools are all from mainland China. Most of them are deeply influenced by Chinese traditional culture. There is a Chinese proverb that people took food as their heaven. To understand the Taiwanese culture, we may be interested in Taiwan's food culture. Taiwan's cuisine is all-encompassing. It is a gathering place for Asian cuisine and the location of the essence of Chinese food. Affected by the Japan's rule, a very important part of Taiwan's food culture comes from Japanese sushi. There are so many sushi restaurants in Taiwan, and people living in Taiwan love Japanese sushi very much. Taiwanese are well versed in the essence of Japanese sushi. They not only promote Japanese food culture in Taiwan, but even many sushi restaurants in the United States are operated by Taiwanese. For example, in Plano, a sushi restaurant, Yama Izakaya Sushi, is owned by Taiwanese. There are hundreds of thousands of migrant workers in Taiwan, most of which come from Southeast Asia, such as Vietnam, Malaysia, and other countries, adding more Southeast Asian flavors to Taiwan's food culture. From the very early Ming and Qing dynasties, Taiwan has imported a lot of tropical Asian fruits and spices from Southeast Asia, such as pepper, lotus mist, coconut, mango, betel nut, and so on. In 1989, Taiwan opened up Southeast Asian migrant workers, and then more and more girls from Southeast Asia married to Taiwan as well, especially after 2000. The number of new foreign workers increased significantly in Taiwan, bringing Southeast Asian cuisines. Nowadays, you can see Southeast Asian grocery stores, Vietnamese cafe, and Indonesia restaurants in almost all towns and villages in Taiwan. Taiwanese people are polite. They have good sanitation. Food and beautiful scenery also make Taiwanese very proud. But the proudest of Taiwanese people is its democratic election political system. To understand Taiwan's culture, the most important thing is to understand its political system and the democratic culture. Taiwan is the only region in the Chinese society all over the world that enjoys a democratic election system. Taiwanese can elect their own president. Taiwanese can elect their own local officials and the members of the legislative council. Taiwanese people enjoy freedom of press and speech. Taiwan's media have the right to freedom of speech, and most Chinese societies do not have. This is also the reason why Taiwanese media channels are widely loved by Chinese all over the world. Taiwan's media's supervision of the government has substantially promoted Taiwan's democracy and legislation system. Politics, economics, and culture are the most important components of a society. Taiwan is very successful in the above points. Taiwan, which is dominated by the traditional culture of mainland China, incorporates the cultures of Asian countries, and is the first to implement a democratic political system. It has achieved great economic success and has played an important role in the semiconductor industry over the world. It also has a strong influence on Chinese society in popular culture. The success of Taiwanese culture and its influence on the Chinese people deserves the recognition of the whole world. Thank you.